This is the key I'm going to go over. There's three card pages, so I want to go over all three of these card pages with you. In case you have any questions, you can see maybe, when I explain it, it makes more sense than just looking at the answers. The temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. How many degrees must the temperature decrease to become negative 50? It's at 30, so the first 30 gets it to 0, and you need an additional 50 to get to negative, so it'd be 80 degrees. This person's using their card to buy all these things. How will her bank account balance change after she pays for all of it? It will be less by $47.50. How does it get less? Well, she buys all these things and you add all those together. That's how much it would be less by. Angela's bank account balance was at this number. She was given a refund, which answer represents how the refund will affect her bank account. Refund means she's going to be getting money added to her bank account, and it's this amount, $34.95, so it'd be a positive $34.95. What point on the number line is opposite of the point given? They gave you -9, so it would be a positive 9. What's opposite of 3/7? It would be -3/7. What point on the number line is opposite of -2/5? It would be a positive 2/5. What does a -5 equal? Something you may not know. 2 negatives actually makes 1 giant positive, so it is a positive 5. You won't have anything like that on your test, but I think that's important to know. In what quadrant is the ordered pair -4, 10? If you remember the quadrants, if I were to draw it, this is quadrant 1, 2, 3, and then this one is 4. So -4, 10 means you go over -4, then you come up 10, so you'd be over here in quadrant 2. What quadrant is the coordinate pair 10, -6? So if I use the same picture, go over 10, but then I come down 6, I would be in quadrant 4. Which coordinate pair is 1, -10 reflected across the x-axis? So if I were just to kind of think about this, 1, but then I'm at -10 is way down here. If I were to reflect that across the x-axis, then I'd be at 1, +10, which is way up here. So that's where you would get that. Which coordinate pair 7, 7 reflected across the x-axis? So again, I'd quickly just draw this. If I think about going over 7, up 7, I'm somewhere right here. If it's going over the x-axis, so I've got it reflected over here, it's still 7, but it'd be down 7. So 7, -7. So real quick way of doing that without even having to draw a coordinate grid. You can kind of see how that works. So that was that one. Let's go to the key where we have 94 is the cards. Make sure you're on 94. Which coordinate pair 2, -2 reflected across the y-axis? So if I quickly draw this, 2, -2 means I go over 2, down 2. If I'm reflecting across the y-axis, that's this one. So I got to reflect it over here, so it's going to be somewhere on this side, which would be -2, -2, which is how you can see that. Which coordinate pair -5, 7? So let me draw that. -5, but then up 7 is reflected across the y-axis, so then I have to put it over here. So it'd have to go over 5, up 7. So you can see the positive 5, up 7. Something real quick to draw without even having to put the numbers down. What is the value of point D? So you could see here where you're at, and as you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it's at -9. Which point is at 3, -7? So it's kind of hard to see, but the origin is actually right here where the x and the y-axis cross. So if you're looking at 3, but then down 7, you're at point E. What is the coordinate pair for D? So you guys see your x-axis is right here. So you're looking at your x-axis and where your y-axis meet. So then D would be over 7 and up 3, which is what you can see. On the number line oriented from left to right, which statement is true? So like a number line that's this direction. -3 greater than -7. In other words, -3 would be to the right of -7. It'd be further this way, so -3 would be to the right of it. On a number line oriented left to right again, what does the statement -8 less than 1 mean? -8 would be over here, and 1 would be somewhere over here. So -8 would be to the left of 1. Let me turn this off. That was a terrible glare. Maybe this is a little better. Express the fact that negative 10 degrees Celsius is warmer than negative 23. So negative 10 degrees would be greater than negative 25. That makes it warmer. Express the fact that negative 25 degrees is colder than negative 20, so it would be less than negative 20. Hannah scored 95 on her test. Allison scored 91. Express the fact that Allison earned a lower score than Hannah. You would just show that 91 is less than 95. A boat is at sea level, and the diver dives down 15 feet below. Express the fact that the diver is 15 feet below sea level, so the negative 15 is less than 0. That's how you would show below. Going on to the next page. Card 117 and card 129. On the number line, which number has the same absolute value as negative 5? That would be positive 5. On a number line, which has the same absolute value as 1/10, negative 1/10. Which answer best describes the absolute value of negative 9? Negative 9 is 9 units, is the distance from 0 on the number line. Which number 15 units from 0 on the number line? The absolute value of negative 15 would still be 15 units away from 0. It would just be to the left. Owen spent too much money on his new bicycle. His bank account's now at negative 100. How could you use the absolute value to describe the size of his debt? He is negative 100, so he's $100 in debt. Which answer best describes the amount of money in the bank account with an account balance less than $50? They would have a debt that's greater than 50. Why is it greater? Because they have less than $50 in their account. So maybe they have like negative $60 in their account. Which answer best describes the amount of money in the bank account with an account balance equal to negative 90? It would just be the debt that's equal to $90. Libby's at her house. She walks 12 units south. So you're going south, which would be down, and 6 east, which would be this direction. So which location is she at? She would be at the movie theater. Libby's at the grocery store. She walks 9 units east. So you got to find the grocery store. She's going east, and then she's going to go 17 units north. She is now at the park. What is the distance between the library and the cafeteria? So library and cafeteria, you can count the squares that are in between there, but they are 6 units. The library is 6 units east of the cafeteria, is showing east. A coordinate plane is used to map a home development. The location of the new home is at -3, -12. So if you had to kind of just draw this, -3, -12 would be somewhere here. Another home is going to be built 24 units north of the first home, so it would be somewhere up here going up 24 units. What are the coordinates of the second home? It would be at -3, +12.